Here we go. All right. So can you see my screen? What can you see on my screen right now?
Yeah, I can see your screen. Can you back up by showing me how you did the search by the address?
Okay. So you can see the MLS though, right? So anytime you go to the search, if it's a sale, you just go to residential sale. If it's a lease, you go to residential lease.
Okay.
Multifamily, just, exactly all of this right here. So I go to residential lease. Then I come down here where it says address. You can search it by address. You can search it by zip code. Obviously, you know the address, so that would be the easiest way to go. And what was the address again?
382 Trefoil Place.
382. So actually, when I put 382 on there, if you look at the bottom, they say it's one match. So
Perfect.
that's the one. So I don't even need to put anything else in there.
Because I didn't know how to do the search. I was doing it on the above thing where it says in that orange bar.
Okay. Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Okay. No, you don't want to do it over there. There's so many ways you can do searches. So real quick, just to show you again, in this case, we're doing a lease. So you go to search, you click residential lease. You can set up properties for your client to see if you
I've done that. I was able to go online this week, and I have a few of my clients on auto email.
Perfect. And then you can search by county. If you just want to do a generic search, you can search by zip codes. You can, the other thing is you always want, it's going to be defaulted to coming soon and active will already be, selected. You can always check if something is active under contract or any of those things. Whatever you check here is going to pull up those items for you.
Okay.
You can restrict by price as well, if that's what you want to do, and zip code, you can do all of that. Okay. But in this case, just go like that, 382, and it comes up, and we click results. It shows you the property. Then you click on here. So what I want to show you, the easiest way to get all the information that you need will be this. Once you get into the contract, of course, you can look at pictures, you can look at all those things, you can go right to the bottom and you see it's been on the market for 1 day. The original price is $1,600. Over here, it shows you how you get paid. Your compensation will always be here. It shows you if you want to, when you want to schedule, you can do your schedule showing right here. So there's so many things that you can do here. It gives you a description of the property. You already know all of that good stuff.
Now, how you get paid, that's just one time, right?
Yes. So if you guys go under contract on this deal, they'll pay you 25% of the rent.
Got it.
Yeah. And that obviously gets the brokerage gets paid technically.
Right.
And the brokerage pays you.
Right.
So what I want you to focus on is right up top here. Right underneath the address, you see that camera? That tells you that pictures, 22 pictures. This gives you the map. This right here, and if you just leave your mouse, it actually will tell you what it is. That tells you your documents. Those are your disclosures for this deal. And other information, like if you want property history, if you want to go straight into the SDAT to get more information about the property, the map. It tells you the county tax map, if it was a sale, if you want to do the buyer's closing cost, or if you represent the seller, you want to see their net sheet, all that stuff.
Right.
If you want to see on Remine, or if you want to get information on Remine, you can do it here. If you want to send this listing to
what is Remine?
Remine is a tool that you can use to actually market to a neighborhood, for example, or if you want to just find out what's going on in a neighborhood, you want to find out properties on that's on the market, how long it's been for, what interest you can generate from maybe people want to buy or want to sell, all those kind of data mining. You can do that in Remine. It's a vast tool, but there's so much stuff that you can do. Let's say you want to send this listing to one of your clients. You can go to over here. This is OmSnap. You do have OmSnap because you subscribe to the MLS. So if I click on OmSnap, for example, because I have my profile set up, that check mark, it says I've sent it. Then the way I have my profile set up, I'm gonna get a ding on my cell phone as a text, and that text comes to me. I don't know if you can see my phone, and then I can just click on that text that was sent to me, and it takes me right into Remind, and it shows that property.
Okay.
So let's say, for example, I want to share this information with one of my clients who's looking at rentals, for example. I can send this information to them. I can just go up like that and I can share it. I can share it in a text message. I can just link it up like that and I can share it onto my Facebook page, any of my social medias. I can do that.
Cool.
So that's one of the benefits of that. WhatsApp, any social media, you can do that. I can just say, hey, you know what? Like I said, any of the social media, I can send it to you as a text. I can do text right now. Give me your cell phone number so you can say something.
202
Okay.
696
Okay.
2953.
Perfect. So now I'm gonna send that. I'm gonna add you to it, and just gonna send it to you. You're gonna receive that on your as a text, and then you can. So that information right there, you can share with any of your clients and say, "Hey, check this out," or whatever the case is, you know. And it's a lot easier. They can just click on that, and they'll see that information. So it's just a lot easier. It puts you at their fingertips,
Gotcha.
and you can. And this it actually comes in very handy when you want to share your own listings, you
Got,
know, or you want to try and market your product,
got
as in, you know, your listings or market to a client. So those would be the kind of things that you can easily do over there.
Okay.
But for the purpose of you writing the contract and what you need to do, we're going to focus on this little tab over here.
Okay.
I'm going to click on the documents. Of course, it kicked me out and told me I got to log back in. The good thing about Bright MLS is it's going to take me right back to where I need to be since it kicked me out.
Okay.
So now you see the docs. So you click on the listen docs and it tells you exactly what they want to do. So the listing agent is telling you they want you to complete it. All your tenants needs to complete this. This is what they need. So what I will do, you can do this one or two ways. If it's a client that wants to handwrite or they want to see things in person and it's easier, convenient for you to do so, you can email them this stuff, get them to print it out and they can fill it out and then they can scan it back and send it to you. Or if the listing agent's instructions is to send it to us directly, they can send it directly to them. But this is really all the form that I need. In a rental is a lot easier in the sense that you really don't have to do much. You just get them to do the work, you
Right.
know.
Right.
And because this property obviously is in Charles County, you're using the Southern Maryland Association of Realtor Forms.
Right.
So everything that you need over here.
Got it.
Now, if you want to do the work for them or to be sure that they're doing the work, the other thing you could do is, so now you see the document, what I would do, and just as a general practice, this is what I do with any of my documents, right?
Okay.
I need to share with the client. So what I'll do is I open up the document and I'm just going to print the document, but I'm not going to print it on my printer. I'm actually going to print it as a PDF.
Got it.
So I'm going to go here and I'm going to save it and I'm just going to call it, so I don't forget, easier for me to remember, I always do it by the address.
Got
So
it.
I'm just going to say 382 Trefoil Documents.
Okay.
So I click on that. I'm going to actually email it to you. So I'm
Okay.
on 382, but this is what I do so I don't ever have to forget anything. Trefoil application documents.
Got it.
Or I can say application disclosure, about me as application documents. Anything that's just going to make me remember is
Got it.
what I do. So I'm going to save that. Then I'll go into my email, or if I've already created a folder for this client in SkySlope, I can go and open my SkySlope and send it to myself. So
Got
I'll do both. I'm going to do both for you real quick because
Okay.
it's just that simple. Can you still see my screen? You
Yeah.
should be seeing my email now. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to say to you. So I'm going to say,
Wait, I see the application form. That's all I see.
Oh, okay. So you're not seeing my email.
No, I don't see your email, just the application, the lease application.
Okay. Don't know why it's not letting you. Okay. Okay. Give me one quick second. Um,
Uh,
what email do you prefer me to send this to? Your Gmail or your EXP Realty?
Gmail is fine.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna say 382, 382 trefoil. So you can't see my email. I don't know. Maybe it's something that I can't share my email. I don't know, but that's fine. I'm not gonna let that hold us up from doing what we need to do.
Okay.
But at least you know that. All I did is I'm just going into my email now just to send the information to you.
Right.
So I'm just gonna send that to you, and I can even in that email I can also CC my deal inside SkySlope if I already have one.
Oh. Oh, really? Okay.
So I'm just gonna send that file to you. So you should get that file momentarily.
Okay.
Uh, Tell me, what do you see? You still only seeing the docs, right?
Just the lease application. Yes. Right now. Yeah.
Let me close out of that. Now, can you see my SkySlope?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So just for the sake of what I just did,
Mhm.
I'm going to just pick any deal here just to show you. So
Okay.
let's assume, what do you see? You see 1302 Merganser Court? Is that the deal
Yeah.
you see? Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to assume that this is the deal for your client. You already created it in SkySlope, and I can show you another day, but I've got training on my YouTube channel that you can always go and look at. But let's say this is the deal for that we've already created. See where it says email right here?
Yes.
So I'm going to copy that email. If, normally what I'll do is two ways I can do it. I can copy that email and then go into my email and send that information as an email.
Okay.
Because this comes in handy, assuming, let's say I was even doing this deal inside my zip forms. I'm assuming you use zip forms, right?
I have not as of yet. No.
Okay, once you set up your zip forms, you can do it through zip forms, or if you're using Trello board, you can get your documents
Which
from.
one do you prefer?
Zip form comes as part of my Bright MLS, so that's what I use. It's a
Got it.
lot easier for me to create folders and everything in there.
Got
So
it.
what I did here was I just open up, I already created a transaction for you in here in zip forms. So again, I'm in zip forms. I already created every single thing. And then I want to send, let's say I want to send consent to dual agency or any documents that I need that I've
I
created.
haven't had her sign anything yet. That was the other thing I needed help with. I wasn't sure. I was kind of lost on here. I've been on YouTube this week. Um,
Okay. So you do need to get her to sign that. Do you know, I sent you those, I think, but do you know how to get your
yeah,
documents?
but I wasn't sure if she needs to sign everything with her being, since she's just leasing, if she needed to sign every single thing, or if that was just on the buyer side, just everything that a regular sell buyer should
Make
sign.
it a
I
practice.
wasn't sure.
Yeah, make it a practice to treat your buyers as tenants, tenants as buyers, meaning buyers and tenants are exactly the same.
Got it.
So you get into that habit of making sure that your tenants or your buyers, they sign understanding whom agents represent. They sign consent for dual agency. Some people don't let them sign notification of dual agency. I do it as a habit. That way I don't forget any documents that my clients need.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I sign consent to dual agency, notification of dual agency in the team, understanding whom agents represent. So all those documents that I sent to you, I also get them to sign exclusive buyer or exclusive buyer slash tenant representation
I
agreement.
couldn't find that form in particular for some reason.
You couldn't find it?
Couldn't find it in the library. I looked it up in the library.
Okay,
Um,
this is it right here. The
okay.
reason why I love zip forms is I can create a deal here and I can pre-fill it by using my cover sheet so I don't have to type a bunch of things a bunch of times.
Okay.
So
Okay.
once you get your zip form set up, it will be a whole lot easier for you to be able to do this.
Right.
To show you something, I know we're going a little bit off topic, but to show you something,
Uh-huh.
so let's say this is your client's folder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Inside zip forms, I come over here and I go to, I just open up my library on the side, right? And I just go to cover. I just type in cover. Because what I want is I want to get a cover sheet. So I'm going to take this Maryland cover sheet right here and I'm going to add it to my library. If I take this cover sheet and I open this up and I type in my client's information, I'm just going to say rental is their first name,
Mm-hmm.
client is their last name, and I just put that on there and I put their phone number. It doesn't matter which one, but I just put the phone number in there,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I put their email address on there, right? Once I do that, and any other information I have, like maybe my name because I'm representing them, all that kind of good stuff,
Okay.
and the list on the selling broker part, and I put that in there, and I put my firm name in there, I put the address in there, all that stuff on my cover sheet. You're gonna see what's gonna, because this allows you to only type, you don't have to type so many times.
That's why I wasn't sure, like, how do you pre-fill that? So it's using a cover sheet.
Yes, because if you use your cover sheet or you enter the party's information in your cover sheet is the easiest and the best. Once
Got
I
it.
use the cover sheet and I put this information in there, you're gonna see when we start going into the documents, I really don't need to start typing any more stuff.
I see. Okay.
So all of the information, boom, I put all this there. I put my license information in there. And if I don't do anything else, let's say I save, then I wait for it and I come out. Now, remember that same form that we opened up earlier on that didn't have anything on there?
Yes.
Now I open that same form up and I go to the very top. Every single thing I put on the cover sheet is there now.
Okay, great.
It reduces what you have to type or
Right.
the amount of time you have to spend in typing stuff. So
Right.
now I can just easily go here and can put the date on there. I can come down here and say, okay, what are the terms, of what we're doing? The buyer is seeking, rental unit, or you can just say on there, they're seeking townhomes, usually townhomes, single family homes, whatever it is that you're looking for, you put it on there. You have to do on line 4, you have to have a beginning and an end date in the state of Maryland. So when does my term of service start? I'll usually do it for a year. That way, if we still, in this market, you're probably going to find a house way before then. But
Yeah.
for any reason, let's say we're still looking and we can't find, so I put that on there. What
Mm.
are the terms of my of this contract, or how do we break it? So you just say on there. I usually do by written agreement, by written agreement, or written agreement by either party, right? So that is, I put that there. Then how do I get compensated? You put it on there. Since this is a rental, you probably just want to say, you can, whatever, however you want to get paid, or you can say 25%. You can say 25% minimum, or as stated in the MLS listing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then over here was the period, usually 30 days. In the event, a lease is executed, the broker shall get paid as follows. The same information that is up here, 25% minimum, is the same information that I'll put down here.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So then you just go over here and then you're going to click on what addenda is going to be included, consent for dual agency, Um, you don't need the disclosure of licensee status addendum except if you're related to that person. If you have, if
Oh,
they're members of your immediate family, yeah. And if there's any other addenda that you're going to include, you can put it on there, like EPA, lead, anything like that, NAR, all that you can put that on there. If you don't, it's not a big deal, but it's always good to just put those things in there. Broker or authorized person will be you. I don't know. Something's blocking my.
I would be the broker on there.
Yeah, because in Maryland, you can, yes, you represent, so you can sign that. This doesn't need to go through the broker. So it says broker or authorized rep. So
Got
your name will be on there. Yeah. So that's it. And then you click save at the top. So you click that save button and then you come out. So now you have that document, right?
right.
So to show you the ways I get the form. So now, for example, I can now take this exclusive buyer rep and any other document that I want to take and send into my deal, for example. I click on them, I check them, then I come here to where it says send, and I click on the send button. I
Where
click,
and I'm sorry.
so let me close and go back. So once you check all of that, let me go back, let me cancel it. So I pick the documents that I want to send to my deal in SkySlope, right?
Mm-hmm.
As many as all the documents that you need, you pick all of them. Then you go to where it says send right here. Then you click on email. Then the drop down comes. I click myself, just myself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I click done. And he has my name at the top. If I want to come to my email, I'll leave that there. I can CC at the bottom, I can CC and I can CC and I just paste I picked up, okay, let me go back into SkyStore because I want to use this address. So I copied the email address, right, from the deal that is already created in the SkySlope for this client.
Mm-hmm.
Then I can CC, I just paste that email address right there.
Now, do
Okay.
I need to create this transaction in SkySlope as well?
Yes, because you're going to be doing a transaction. So yeah, you do need to create the transaction. Eventually you will need to, especially, when you guys, once they accept your offer. So I usually will do it before then.
Got it.
So what I could do is at the very top, if I want to receive the information in my email, I leave my email there. If I don't want to, I just remove it and I just send it straight to SkySlope. So I can just send these documents that we're going to send right straight to SkySlope. I don't want it in my email. So, but again, if you want to CC yourself, you can do that and CC yourself, or you can send it to yourself and CC SkySlope.
This is before the client signs, right?
This is before the client signs because now you have to assign it for the client to sign.
Got it.
So give it a topic, give it a subject line, because if you don't, it's not going to send it, or it's going to tell you that you can't send, or you have to give it a subject or something like that. So I just give it a subject. I just say, it doesn't matter. You give it a name, say addendum, say forms, whatever, just give it a name.
Got
And
it.
then you click send right here. When you click send, it's going to do its thing. It's going to go around and around in circles, and it's going to send it to your email and to wherever else that you put on there.
Got it.
I'm going to show you once it sends it. I'm going to show you what it looks like in SkySlope once this whole thing goes. So it tells me that it's done. I click OK. Then I can now go back into SkySlope. Can you see my SkySlope now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can you see? Okay. So over here, I go to documents. And whenever it comes up. So just me looking at this, I know the documents has not arrived yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know what the name I gave you, so I know it's not arrived yet. So you might have to refresh SkySlope a couple of times, for it to come.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're just gonna wait and we're gonna check. documents, and it's still taking its time. It hasn't come through yet. Let me go here. Okay, I know you
Now you
sent it.
send it to
Sorry about that.
SkySlope. Well, you created in SkySlope first. I'm just trying to get the order
Yes.
of the process.
It's just, it's a way I do things to make my life easy. You don't have to create a deal in SkySlope. There's even another thing that you could do if you don't want to create a deal yet. Another thing you could do is this. If you're very familiar with SkySlope, I can go to this, I can go to working documents. You see that? So I can click on working documents, for example, and it says personal docs up here. I can just come down and create a folder for my client. As you can see down there, these are names of clients and folders, you know. But when you do that, and then you create a deal, none of these folders have an email address. So that's the reason why I love to create a deal or a folder. And again, you don't have to create a deal. You can use a generic deal that you have in SkySlope already and just send everything in there. But you just got to know where your documents are. So the cleanest, easiest way to do it will be, my opinion, create a transaction.
Got it.
So again, and to create a transaction is right here. You
Got
click the XP sign on the left-hand corner. It opens up. Then you see this. It says create transaction, and you can go on there and click create transaction, and then you start putting the address for the property, and then you can create that transaction. Once the transaction is created,
And that's any transaction.
any transaction, whether it's a listing, if it's a listing, you go to the section that says create a listing. So right here, create a listing. If it's any kind of, if you represent the buyer or the tenant, you go to where it says create transaction.
Got it.
Because once you create that entire transaction, it's going to have an email address that is unique to that transaction. And then you can copy that email and send all your documents.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. So once you
Correct.
pull the docs from zip forms and send it there via that unique email address, what happens and what does SkySlope do? Does it prepare it and send it to the person?
You will still do the work.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But so now, what we just brought in from zip forms, now let's go look at it. So, oh, that's not the one. I was using this address, Merganza Court. So we go to documents, and the documents we're waiting for is right here. I just happen to know because I know that from zip forms, it's not going to give you that address. It's not going to give you the subject line that you give it.
Got it.
This is the documents. PDF is going to say PDF, is going to have the I, and all of this junk beneath, images from zip forms. I always just click on them and I get rid of them. So I do that. I get rid of all of that. I go to move. I move it to trash. So you can remove all of that. I can rename this form now, and I can just go to rename, and I can just call it, whatever it is I want to call it. I can call it contract package, for example, right? Or agency agreement, whatever it is. I can just say tenant agency, right? So I call it tenant agency. I save it. Let's click on it. Now you can see all the documents. This is everything that we brought in from SkySlope. I'm sorry, from zip forms.
Got it.
See right here, the exclusive, so you can see that. So you can see all that information. So this is what we brought in. So we know we have the right document. So how do you now send this to your client, right?
Yes. How do I send it for them to sign?
Click on this side. Oh, before we do that, let's bring also the disclosures that we add in, right?
Okay.
So over here in SkySlope, this button that says upload document. Remember, I saved this document in my file, right?
Right.
So I can come here to upload document. I can go into my desktop, and this is the file right here, 382.
That's the application form. Yeah.
Yep. I double click that, and it's going to upload it into this deal. And as you can see, it's right up here, 382 trefoil application docs.
Got it.
So I want to send this to my client, and maybe I want to send my agency agreement as well to them.
Got it.
So I click those two. I come to where it says DigiSign. I click on DigiSign. It brings me over here to this screen, and I can now start sending stuff. Oh, if I forgot a document that I wanted to add to it, right? What you do is come to this side where it says upload. You can scroll up, right? And you can say, oh, I want to send them this document. And you can click on that. It's going to add it to the side.
Got it.
Then I can say, oh, I don't want it. I can remove it. Oh, I do, so anything you want to do, you can do it here. I want to remove it. I can just take it out. Actually, that's interesting. I've never even done how to remove that before. Let me see. Oh, no. So if I want to remove it, all I need to do is just come back to the side here and uncheck it.
Got it.
Yeah. So, but just for sake of argument, I'll click it in there, right? So now you click next. Then it's going to ask you who's signing. Because you have to assign some of the documents to the client, you want to check your name first and your client's information as well. So just again, for sake of just to show you how it works, I'm going to click here. And in fact, I'm not going to call you. I'm just going to go click new recipient, right? And I'm going to put your name on there because I want to send you this information. And please forgive me if I spell your name. I don't want to type it in wrong.
You were right. Willyne.
Okay.
Moore, last name.
Then I'm going to put, nothing came up because I haven't sent you any document before. So now give me the email address you need to send it to.
My first and last at Gmail. WILLYNEMOORE@gmail.
So I do that. Then it's going to ask me, what's the role? I'm going to assign to you the role of the purchaser, /10, right? Because that's what you have to do. Because whoever you want to sign, you're going to assign them the role that they actually playing. Someone will say needs to sign. If I don't want you to sign, I just want you to receive it. I can change it right here and just say receive a copy. But I want you to sign. So I'm going to save. So now I've got my orders there. Then I click next. Then this pops up. Let me move this out of the way. Let me move this over here. So now I can now scroll through and say, okay, I want the application date on there. I want to assign all those things to me because I don't want my client changing anything, right? So I can just go over here and I can resize that, however I want to do it. I can just move it and leave it right there. I put the application date on there, 03/05/2021. Then, information about when do they want to start, when do they want to end. I can fill that out for them, right? If you want the guy to do the work, you can do that and let them do the work as well. Okay. But if you want to control a lot of things, when it comes to writing stuff, you want to control what you want written, because if you don't, they can put information in there, and if they mess up, then you have to redo it, or when they finish signing everything, you have to re-sign or initial, and that could be just messy on the way it looks on the thing. So reduce whatever you want them to type. You do all the typing and let them just do the signing and stuff. So you put on there, when do they want to start? They want to start, April 1st or whatever the case is. You put that in there. When do they only want a 1 year lease? Okay, they want it to end on April 1st, 2022. You can put all that in there, or you can.
And you hit writable to
Yes.
make those changes, right?
Writable is what you want to use when you do anything in writing. Then this part, this is where, you could get them just to do all the work, except if you don't want to do it, let them do all the work.
Right.
It's a lot easier and better. So what I'll do is I just click all the writables over here, put it on there, but now I'm going to change it. You do the work. See that? So you change it. That's them doing that. Do that over there. You can make it bigger, and you can just keep putting on there is assigned to them, is assigned to them. You can come to the relationship side, or just leave it, let them just do one, and they can put the relationship on the side too. It's
Got
just however you want it done. So you can do all that, then check, you know, I'll do it like that. I don't want to type in too much stuff, but this is how you do it
got it.
on that part. This is how you do it, writable. You change it and you assign it to whoever is going to do it. Right. So once you do all of that, now let's get to where the signatures are, because they have to fill all this out. So
Right.
it might be best for you to just, email them, let them print it and do it, fill
Mhm.
everything out and tell them that, just email it back to me. That might be easier and better
Yeah,
because,
it's a lot.
right, that would really be what I'll do.
Mhm.
Then, but anything that they have to sign is now you can assign signatures, right? And initials. So like right here, so you click on signature and you click on there. If it's more than one person that is going to be signing
Mhm.
on the thing, you assign it to whoever is signing, right?
Right.
So just move that over there and I say you sign and I can say the date signed. If it's two people, I'll put the second person in there as well, right? So
Okay.
that's really all you do. Again, when it gets over here, I can say we would have filled all this part out, but we didn't. So again, signature, I sign it to them, they sign in. I just move that like that.
Mhm.
So that's what you do for every single thing they have to sign. If they need to initial something, you click on initial and you click it over there, and you can resize that. Just for the sake of argument, I'm gonna say that's all right.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna send. You can, once you click send, you can write any message you want in there. Hey, I sent you the information review. Please sign and send it back to me. I'm gonna click send for signatures. It's gonna ask me, do I want to sign now? I say, yes, I want to sign now. I want to adopt the signature that I want. I click agree, and then I click start, and it takes me to each box. I already filled it out, takes me to each box. Boom. Anything that I need to do, it takes me to each box. Because I assigned that to my name, he's asking me to do it. I don't know who's calling me, but I am in a meeting. So, so because I assigned this to myself, I'm gonna put the applicant's name in there. I'm gonna say rental. No, no, yeah, it doesn't. I mean, you just put their name. I'm just
Right.
gonna say uh, rental client. Whatever their name is obviously what's gonna go in there. Then I click next, and it says I'm done. Once I submit that, it's gone. You're gonna get that email in your inbox. Then because I put your name and the email address on there, you get it, you open it in your inbox, and then you follow the same things that I just did, and you sign the documents, and it comes right back to me once it's done. And here you're gonna see, if I click on send, it's saying to me that I sent this document to you,
Got it.
waiting for you to sign. Once it's completed, it's gonna show my completed side.
Right.
So that's how you get that done. But in this particular instance, I'm going to recommend that the only thing you want to send to them to sign will be
Mhm.
your agency agreements.
Just the agency agreement. Okay.
Yeah. On the forms that they have to fill out, I suggest that you just email that to them.
Got it.
Now, some other deals, right?
Yeah.
After some other rentals, or even when it comes to buying, you may have to go into the MLS. Can you see my MLS screen?
Yes.
Some of them sometimes you will actually the agent will put, some of them may have a link down here on how they can apply, for this deal, but this one doesn't. So this one wants you to use those paper.
Right.
Yeah. So my recommendation, if there's a link, you just click it. But my recommendation is on this particular one, I'll just say that email that to them.
Got it. Perfect.
Email the documents to them. Uh, did I can email it to you if you want.
Sure.
So that it's just easier for you.
Yeah.
Since I'm already emailed, so I'm gonna go to email. And unfortunately, you say you still can't see my email, right?
I can't see your email. I just see the listing right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna send it to you though. So let me insert the document. And the document was 3-4 application. So I'm sending that to you. I'm gonna just call it 3-4 application docs. So I'm sending that to you now. So you're gonna have that in your email. You can just attach that and send it to the client and tell them, hey, print out the information and fill it out and send it back to me. Oh, and by the way, don't forget, I also sent you, the agency agreement, So your agency agreement, just take that put that in your sky slope and get that done. Another way that you can get your docs, let's go and look in sky slope, for example. Let's go back in sky slope.
Okay.
Let me just click transactions because I want to get out here. Okay, so let's go to EXP. I want to get out of that screen. So I'm going to click on EXP, click on your working docs, then click on Office Documents. In your Office Documents, then come to Maryland. And under Maryland, I'm trying to say, I'm not sure if all these docs are even here. It might not be, but let's just go to GCAR. No, let's go to MAR or small. Let's go to MAR. So open house, exclusive right to lease, lockbox. Let me see this exclusive right to lease. Perfect. So exclusive right to lease residential brokerage agreement is right here.
Okay.
So that was the document that you say you couldn't find. So it's right here. So you could use this.
Perfect.
You can use that. So if you go into your SkySlope, you find that there. I don't know if SMAR has that document. Rental property condition. So there'll be some documents that you need here that will be here, but right now you don't need anything. So let me escrow. Right now you don't need that listing agreement. Right now you don't need any of those. I'm just trying to see if there's any other document that you need that is here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually in a Zoom. I'm doing a Zoom.
So you
So
said at the very minimum, exclusive agency agreement and understanding who.
yes, those are the documents that you need. Now, again, if you don't have your zip form set up, you can go get those forms in Trello, or you can at least get the one document that you say you don't have right now is that exclusive representation, and you can get that right here on your SkySlope. So that's the document that you're gonna need. Hold on one second. Let me. I need to talk to my wife real quick before. Yes, yes, I probably will be. So, is it Willeen?
Lean.
Willeen, okay. So, Willeen, so what you do is, so you can get that document here. If you had your zip form set up already, it would be a lot easier.
I plan to do that tonight. So
yeah, because once you get to your zip forms, it reduces what you have to start typing in.
Yeah.
Makes your life a lot easier. So set that up. Just go in there, set it up, and then you can have all those documents.
And I set that up by doing the cover sheet, right? I was taking notes here.
Correct.
Got it.
So that'll be the easiest way to do it. So, and then once you do that, assign it, send it to them. That'll be the only documents I'll send to them. Agency agreement will be the only thing I send them. Get them to sign those electronically. Email the other part to them. Get them to fill those out. Scan it or email it right back to you. You can put it together and boom, send it to the agent by email. The other thing,
the application to the agent, right?
Yes, because on this particular one, the agent is they're doing everything straight old school. The other thing that I'll do is I'll call the agent Kraft email them, text them as well. Text them and say, hey, I'm sending you, an application, blah, blah, blah. Build a relationship with them. Do you already have someone? Things like that.
Right.
Communicate with them. Once you send it to them by email, text them and say, I just sent it to you by email. Let me know if you received it, and, let's make this happen, pump each other up, build
Got,
a relationship, and it will make your life a whole lot easier, in trying to get your deals done.
right. Right.
That would be what I'll recommend. I'm trying to see if there's any other. Now, one other thing I always like to ask my clients is this, because I'm looking at the instructions over here on agent. It says this one, they will need a security deposit of $1,600. I want to make sure my client is aware. There's a $25 application fee per adult. I want to make sure that they aware of that. And it says applicant through tenantbackground.com. So one of the things that I'll do also is I'll actually call this agent before I even do all this. Get your client to be filling out all of that, right? But I'll call this agent and say to them, hey, do you want my client to go straight to this tenantbackgroundsearch.com to do the application? Because I want to find out what their process is, right?
Got it.
Because of the instructions, so that way you know where to guide. Because reason why that is important is maybe you don't even need your client to fill out that wet paper. Oh, it looks like you're frozen.
Okay,
Did I lose you again?
you're back. Yeah. I guess we both froze.
Okay.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear
it
you
looks
now.
like we both froze. Yeah, maybe all the application needs to be done through tenantbackgroundsearch.com.
Got it.
Let's open a new window and see. Because it's possible, that they may not need to fill out that paper. It might be possible.
Got it.
Yeah. What I recommend you do is ask the agent. Say, are you guys accepting the paper application for wet signatures, or do you want them to go directly to that website to do that?
Gotcha.
So that way it's easier for you because you might not even have to go through all of that. And if that's the case, all you need to do is just take this link in an email, forward it to your client and say, this is where you need to go and fill out all the application.
Got it.
And that might be the easiest way to do it. And then make sure you ask your client, tell them, say, listen, the landlord is looking for a minimum credit score of 600 or higher, But I mean, at least they put now. So I like to go over those things with my clients. One, I don't want to waste their money, and I also want them to feel comfortable about what they're applying for, so things like that. That's what I'll do.
Got it.
So yeah, before you actually get your client to start filling out all that paperwork that we saw in there, you might want to just find out from the agent if that's the best and easiest way. And if that's what it is, send them that link and that's it.
Perfect. Okay.
Right.
Great.
So
Now, when you're showing listings on the road, do you have are you able to submit offers on your phone? Like which apps do you have either on your phone or a tablet? Like for instance, today a property came available while we were looking at another property. I was able to go on, I think Showtime or Showing, I forget the name of
right, showing time, yeah.
yeah, I was able to go on just the regular website and I downloaded the app, but I didn't have time to create an account or it wasn't linked yet to the
Okay.
app. So I was able to just go on the general website and did it that way. But I was like, oh my God, how do I get in contact with the listing agent? Because it didn't show up as if I was the list or the agent. It just showed as if I was just the regular buyer looking at the listing. So I had a difficult time trying to figure that out. So what do you do when you're on the road? What apps do you use?
Yeah, I'll definitely say you need to um, download all those things and make them linked.
Yeah,
But the apps that um, I have the showing time app, so I
right.
use that.
Mm-hmm.
It's linked, so I can easily set up a showing if I'm out somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
We just happen to see something.
Right.
Sometimes I can just call the agent.
Right.
The other thing that I use is Home Snap. If the property is on Home Snap, I can also schedule it right there.
Got it.
Those are the two main apps that I use for any kind of showing.
Got
Of course, I have my Sentry Lock app as well that I use,
it. Mhm.
in case I need to. You always want to have that if you need to open up a box.
Yeah, I don't.
Um,
I have my Century Lock code, but I don't have the app, so I'll make sure
Download this.
of
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
download. So, if anything, what you want to make sure you have is you want to have this is okay. So you want to have your Sentry Lock app. You want to have your Home Snap. You
Mm-hmm.
want to have Showing Time.
Got it.
You definitely want to have those three.
Okay.
Then the other ones that I have that I use, I have I have my Sky Slope app on my phone.
Oh, okay. You
So
do.
if I need to, for example, I can go right into Sky Slope and I'm with a client and I want to take their driver's license if I want to, or if I want to, I can just enter that right there. I can take a picture of it and attach it to a deal that I've already created for them, or
Okay.
just attach it to any document in there and I'll go and get it later,
Got.
or create a file for them right there and then.
Oh,
Skyslope allows them to do that, yeah. So I can just go into Skyslope right away and be like, boom, hey, I'm with a client. So I click on my Skyslope, I log into Skyslope, and once it logs in, I can tell you that go into an active document or I can just start a new file. It's
got it.
taking forever. It's taking forever to open. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's another app that I use. I have my Skyslope. So it shows you all the deals that I have working or active document, or if I want to cancel. Or right up here on the corner, it says add. So I can just click on add and I can add a transaction or add a listing.
Got it.
So you can do a bunch of stuff while
Great.
you're on the move with the Skyslope app. So
Right.
that's one that I use. I have the Open House app on my phone because I use, if I'm doing an open house, that's
Mhm.
another thing that I have. Then I have my KV Core, which is my CRM. I have the mobile app as well.
Okay. Nice.
So I can easily get into it. I can work any deal. That's going in circles for a minute as well.
Hmm.
But yeah, but those are all so I can see any one of my clients, if I'm talking to a certain client, I can open their file up. I can take a picture of their driver's license if I need to and add it to their file,
Got.
whatever it is. So those are the other things. So you have my Skyslope, I have my KV Core. RPR is another one that I use because that's an app that I can use to do a quick CMA. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. So I can go in there to do a quick CMA. If I'm showing a client a property, I can just go in there again, set that up and, set it up and merge it with your desktop website. So,
Right. Right.
um, and I've got a few other apps like Regis Office or
Yeah.
Calculating Mortgage and all that. So
Got it.
those essentially are the things that I use.
Got.
Of course, your social media, Facebook, and all that. But
Right.
those are the main things that I use that I can link to right away. You know, um, Even if I want to join an EXP holding meeting, I can go in there. I have that app as well. So those would be the things that I recommend that you have at your
Got it.
fingertips so you can do anything that you need to do right away. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Great. Okay. I think I'm good to go.
Yeah, I'm going to send you this video. It's probably going to take a while for it to download. I'm getting ready to go for a meeting as well. But
Okay.
once it downloads, it's going to give me the link. So I'll send it to you. I don't know how soon you'll get it, but I'll send that link to you. And I'll also send you the link to the to my YouTube page so you can see the recordings on there as well. If the link I sent doesn't work, or if you want to watch any other video of different trainings that I've done for other agents and stuff.
Okay.
And we can do this more often because you're going to have more questions. You're going to
Yeah.
have questions when it comes to representing a buyer and doing a
Right.
listing, so all of those things. And we'll walk through them and
Okay.
we'll make it happen.
Perfect.
All right.
All righty. Sounds good.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll keep you posted. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure. Anything you need, just let me know. Text me or call me and we'll make it happen.
Perfect. Thank you, Jimmy. Have a great meeting.
You're welcome. Thank you, ma'am.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.